Welcome to the Curry Gumbo Podcast with Nicole, Ashley, and Kalisha. This week it's just me and Kalisha, and we are discussing all things love and basketball. Stay tuned. Okay, Love and Basketball, released April 2000, follows the relationship between Quincy and Monica from childhood, college, and adulthood, as well as their basketball career as a high school, college, and professional athlete. The writer and director is Gina Prince Bythewood. Producer is Spike Lee.
I didn't know that Spike Lee had produced it.
I didn't either, because this don't even look like a
Yeah.
Spike Lee production. I've always loved this movie. I know there are some people who don't.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think I like it.
Me too.
I
I
like
thought it was
it.
always been good.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some behind the scenes tea. Sanaa Lathan was not the first choice for this role of Monica. Because
She
remember,
wasn't.
this was her first role, I think big role. We didn't know who Sanaa was before this movie.
Did she get it because of her father?
No, they didn't want. Okay, so they wanted a real athlete.
Oh, a real basketball girl.
It was down. I think they wanted another actress, and then that actress got sick, and then Sanaa was the last resort. There's an interview where Sanaa says she felt like during the movie that they didn't really want her; they just picked her because they couldn't really find nobody else.
Oh.
But there was a time when they wanted a basketball player, and they were going to go with Nisha Butler. She played with Georgia Tech, and um, I think Spike Lee, and Gina both wanted like an athlete, and they were so it came down to Sanaa Lathan and Nisha Butler. So they was giving
Mm.
Sanaa basketball lessons, and they was giving Nisha acting lessons to kind of see what combination was the better.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it came down to Sanaa because I think another producer wanted to focus on the story more than the athletics. So that's how
Got it.
Sanaa got the role. But she said before an interview that she just felt like she kind of felt like they didn't she knew she wasn't the first choice, and she
Yeah.
knew she wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna Sanaa Lathan. Like she knew it wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she did an amazing job.
I thought she did too. And I like that the producer had that input because to me, what really stands out, I know they both basketball people, but the
The
story to
story
me,
is better because
right,
if they
right.
focused on just an athlete and they had Nisha Butler, who was she played basketball for real in real life, who knows what type of movie it would be. Sanaa and Omar dated in real life, I believe, around this time.
Wait, the whole time I thought he was
I
with my
don't
homegirl
know.
Keisha.
Okay, so I looked it up because when I think of Omar Epps, I think of Keisha, but
Yeah, I think it's Keisha Epps.
they got married in '06. This movie came out in 2000. So let's say they started doing the movie in like 99, 2000, whatever. And then so
S-
this is before Keisha.
But they had kids though, right? Because I think they got like a
Yeah, but the
20-year
kids
old.
he does. He has one. Look it up because I looked it up. They have
Okay,
two
wait.
together.
What's so okay? Really? That is really behind the scenes tea.
I mean, Omar Epps is a really private man, so I don't really knock him for that because I mean he don't seem like the type of person that everybody be up in his business, or he don't want people up in his business like that.
It
I mean,
doesn't seem like it.
you don't hear nothing about him. You just know, okay, yes, he's married and he got kids and he act. That's all you know about Omar Epps. Honestly,
True.
like what else do you know about him?
Nothing. I didn't know about the whole thing about her kind of being like last resort.
But
Okay,
after this
okay.
movie, she kind of blew up
Oh,
because
she did,
after this,
Nicole.
it's like Sanaa was in everything,
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, she like definitely was like on the rise after that. So this was really great stepping stone for her. And I also think it kind of like Omar Epps, like his, we like
He's always been steady. Like he's everywhere. He's
Right,
he's
right.
everywhere.
Yeah, so that kind of gave him another little perspective because I don't know if I've seen him in a Lovey Dove. Other than like, I know he was in the Wood, and I don't know if the Wood came out before or after Love and Basketball, but I still don't get like Love Dove from the Wood for him or anyone really. I mean, I know it's a wedding, but whatever. I get more like love from this movie for him.
So now I was at the end of the wood. When did
She
that movie came out?
was. I was just about to ask, when the heck did that movie even come
I
out?
want to say it's 99.
I bet you're right. I bet
It
you're
is
right.
99.
It was 99, Nicole.
July 99. Okay, so now I was at the very end of the wood, and
She
Omar
was.
was like, that was his childhood crush that
Girl.
came
Mm-hmm.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now they.
The
Now, could
next
those
year, they
two movies can they be in the same universe? Do you think? Like, can we
that's a good
say
question.
can okay? So the wood is um, what were they doing?
They were three friends on their way to a
I
wedding. Tay
know.
Diggs was scared.
No, I'm saying as childhood they were in Inglewood,
Yeah, they was in California. Um,
and Omar Epps, he was the one. He was from North Carolina, but his parents moved to California,
hmm
and they was talking about how they was crushing on each other. Um,
maybe it can exist.
he did play basketball in the wood, remember?
Yeah, didn't all
Or
three of
he
them?
liked. I think they probably all they like basketball,
Yeah, they did. They did.
but they did go to that private high school, or they had that uniform. So
They
maybe
had. I remember
okay.
that.
So not really, but that's I just thought about that. They
It kind of could be like it wasn't an extension, but
hmm
it's kind of cute how they ended up being in
the
the end, and
start
then they had
of
a
the
whole new
next
movie.
movie based on some kids in California at a high school. Okay.
I know.
All right. This movie also features my favorite boy named Quincy. It's typical 90s name. I said this before because I feel like
That's your favorite
Quincy.
boy name.
No, it just reminds me of the 90s. And I want to bring it
Okay.
back because you don't hear Quincy's no more. When the last time you seen a Quincy?
I don't.
But
I've never met one.
on my apps, he was Quincy or Q in this movie. He
hmm
was he Quincy in what's the movie with Tupac?
Oh wait, you're right. Juice.
Juice. And then when Stud got her groove back, her son was named Quincy. And so
That's right.
Quincy is one of them names. That's that typical that's that 90s name. Let's not forget Kyla Pratt. Legendary Kyla
Love,
Pratt.
love, love, love Kyla. Never a day where I don't love Kyla. Literally, she is so great. And she nailed this part. She nailed this part as she always does. Kyla don't really be getting her Kyla don't
She
get
don't. But I feel like
mm-mm.
she's kind of low key. I think she just likes having like a normal life. I mean, she got her kids and she be
Yeah,
acting and then she just be chilling. Like you don't hear too much about her either. It's
you
like
don't.
she is mom and she got a man and she got kids. That's it. And she act. That's all you need to know
You
about Kyla
right.
Pratt.
I know. I be wanting her to be out more because she's so good. But you're right though. She got her kids. Yeah, Kyla did so good. Kyla was so good in this movie. She was good. And I know it's like a flip up to like cause wait, no, Kyla was Kyla. And then Regina Hall was in it. I just
Oh
loved
yeah,
that
Regina Hall was
sister.
the older sister.
I loved it. She was like the coolest older sister.
She
I
was.
loved it.
That
Did
relationship
her
was cool.
hair. It
And
was
she got
cute.
her
It
the
was
date
cool.
for the dance.
She got her a date for the dance. I think she always knew that she liked what was
Q.
the not? Yeah, she liked Q. it was just Monica. She just knew Monica and Q would be something. She kind of already saw it, and I just thought she was just a really cute, supportive, nice older sister. And I thought Kyla nailed it. I thought Kyla and the other little boy that was the guy equivalent for Omar, the younger
Yeah,
boy. I
he
thought
was
he did
good.
good too. Yeah, he was good too. He was good too.
Thinking about it, I feel like I don't even remember her name, Regina Hall's character as the older sister. She was almost the only one that kind of let Monica just be her. She
What
was
about
the
the
bridge.
dad?
I think the dad liked that she was a sports girl and they bonded over sports. And the mom
Mm-hmm.
wanted her to be girl like the sister. But the sister was
Wanted her to be
like,
girly.
yeah, but the
Lena.
sister, Lena, she was like, you know what, sports is cool, but you can do both. No, like she kind of told her like, you can do, you can, I can braid your hair in cornrows for your game, and then after this game, we can take these braids
Yeah,
out, put some makeup on. Like you can be both. You don't have
it
to
was so
be.
nice.
You don't have to pick. Oh, I'm dad or mom or what dad wants me to be or what mom wants me to be. Like you want a date?
Just
Okay. You want to go to the dance? Okay, I can get you a date. Don't worry about it. We can get you a dress and a date, and you can still play your game on Saturday.
and you're
Like
gonna look pretty. You're gonna look nice.
we can
I
do
know.
everything. How do you think the relationship between both parents, Monica's parents and Q's parents, affected their relationship together and just their experiences in life? Because both parents, they pretty much were the same setup. Both mothers were stay-at-home moms. The
Hmm.
fathers were the
The
primary
breadwinners.
breadwinner. But you can see there was differences in how they kind of reacted to that. It was almost like Monica almost rejected her mother's role in a way.
True. True. True.
Whereas Q, his father was his hero.
Yeah.
And it's like he expected his mom was like, oh, well, this is what women do. Even when they were kids, when they
Even when it was
first was like, oh,
kids.
let's go together. And Q was like, oh, well, you have to ride on my bike. And she was like, why? She's like, because my daddy ride my mama around, so you got to ride with me. And he was just giving like all these rules, like, okay, now we like, it was like a to do list on the way. And Michael's sitting there like,
No.
why are we going? Like, why do I want to go with you? I can't ride my bike. I gotta do all these things, and but it seemed like Q kind of took that even okay as they got older
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
when they're in college. It
Mhm.
seems like he kind of kept that. It's like I'm the
Mm.
man. This is how it
Got it.
is.
They both had shattered views of their parents.
Mhm.
Q really had the vision of his father being a hero, and not like he was dismissive of his mother because he really wasn't. Um, he just kind of was like, my mom just support my dad, and let's just she kind of
It's
keeps
like
the
that's what a
peace.
mom does, basically.
Yeah, kind of like that's what a mom does, basically. That's that. She gonna get on me about girls. All right, I hear you. Blah blah blah. Monica's story was like she loved her father too, but she despised her mom.
Mhm.
He had to really recover from the fact that his father was not what he thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And she really had that epiphany when her and Alfred Woodard had that exchange in the kitchen. Like, dang, my mom low key was just really trying to do what she thought she had to do. And she kind of thought her dismissiveness, Sanaa's view of her was like, oh, you don't even want me at the game anyway. I just care. She just was kind of like, whatever. But
Yeah, there was
Sanaa was
tension
like,
there.
it was tension.
Do you think men or boys can they recognize, I guess, when when a mother or just a woman in their family is not getting all she needs? Because even in Q's parents, okay, yes, their dad they had a
Mm-hmm.
house and they had the money, and the dad said, I got enough to keep your ass in Gucci and gold, and then she's like, that's not what I need. And
Mm-mm.
Q was sitting here like, oh, my parents are, even though they were fighting, but it's like,
They're cool.
whereas with Sanaa, she recognized, like she's mentioned the part where her mom cooked dinner and then her dad just came home with pizza and her mom was quiet. She's like, Mom, why are you quiet? Like it's like I don't know if it's just girls, like girls can see, okay, why is mom quiet? Why is she not speaking up? Why is why is she like this? Whereas boys are like, ah,
It's okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I think they can sense it, but I think it all depends on like their degree of like connection to the mom.
oh, okay,
I'm not saying they don't sense it. I feel like they sense it, but I think what determines the kind of like it is all depending upon like their connection. I think if it was more like a mama's boy a little bit, if he was more like that, not saying that Quincy wasn't, I
yeah.
think he would probably step to the father a little bit or be like, because he did say something. He was like, that's those rumors not true, right?
Well, that was
Like
afterwards when he was, yeah,
hmm it was after the fact, but I think he kind of, and then when the mom was crying when she found out the pictures and stuff, he was like, "Mom, don't cry, don't cry." But I think he would be a bit more in tune and may speak up more if he was just a little bit more close to her. I think in those younger days, it was more like I play
yeah.
basketball, my mom at the
He was his
house.
dad's favorite. He loved his dad.
It was all that. It was all that, and I think guys would say something if he was just a little bit more connected to the mom. Like, dang, like mom is like not feeling the best, you
Or mom
know?
is sad right now, or
Right.
because
Why is
even
she
when the
sad?
mom showed him the pictures, at first Q was a little bit dismissive, like, "Mom, Dad doesn't do that."
It literally took her to show him the pictures.
Yeah, and he was like, "No, Mom,
Took her
Dad would never." And she's literally crying. And he's like,
literally
"Mom,
crying and had to throw the
no."
pictures. Mom, that's not true. That's not true. It's like, yeah, it really is true. It if she didn't have those pictures, I think he would still like be
He
without it.
Yeah, he wouldn't think he would be on his dad's side.
Like, mom, you can't believe him because he was already setting it up. I think they can do it, Nicole, but I just think he was just too much of like a dad's
He was a
guy
Yeah.
or whatever they call boys that's all up under their dad. Like he was that. So now it was all up under her dad, but she sensed it. Like she knew, like,
But she kind of sensed something was the reason she didn't like her mother is because she wanted her mom to be not prissy,
more,
as she said, more aggressive or more assertive. She was like, "Mom, like,
yes.
say
Why didn't
something."
you say something? Just say I made dinner.
Yeah.
Just say that at least. That could have made it so y'all can eat that and the pizza or put the dinner up, like whatever. She just was mute, and Sanaa hates that.
So now I feel like her mother was weak, whereas I don't think Quincy viewed his mom as weak, or he just felt like his his mom kind of like played her part. And
Yeah,
so I was
Nicole,
like,
good point.
no, like, what is this part mom is playing? No, let's change this up. So when Q when he found out his dad was cheating on his mom,
Hmm,
pretty
hmm.
much the entire time, because even
The
when they was
entire time.
kids, dude came home and was like, "Oh, I have a meeting," and she's like, "But you just came home." "Oh, I got a meeting." Always had a late night meeting.
I just feel the angst. You just got home. You're not doing no 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock meetings.
So when Q and Monica are in college and they are sitting outside, and he that
Hmm,
scene
hmm.
when he's down, he finds out, he's like, "Oh my gosh, my parents aren't who they are, or who I thought they were." The image is shattered,
Hmm.
and Monica can't stay because she has curfew. Well, she's on the basketball team and they have curfew, and if she is
Right,
late, she won't be able to play.
right.
So do you think, was Q asking too much of Monica when she said she couldn't stay?
This is a toughie. Okay. I'm curious about your opinion, Nicole.
Okay.
Okay. It's like this. I understand both of them. That's why it's a toughie. I understand both. She is just wanting to take the conversation inside. She didn't say she don't want to talk. She didn't say she's annoying. She didn't say that. She just wanted to take it inside. And I understand she's leading with the fact that she got to be back in her room for the curfew. So that I know that is, this is self motivated. I understand that. But she's really just trying to kind of take both of these issues, the fact I got to get in the room, the fact that Quincy is upset, let's just take it into my dorm so we can talk. He's just wanting to not see nobody. He's just wanting to be where he's at. They have a clear mind. Having a clear mind sometimes is for people to get away, and getting away for sometimes for some people is being outside, doing somewhere where it's not your norm. So he doesn't want to be confined into his normal spaces because that is not getting away from him as he's trying to work through these issues. So I kind of feel like a part of me, I'm just gonna say it. I get that it's tough. I do. I kind of low key wish that in that situation, because he was saying he was going through it. This is not something. It's not like, oh, I got an F on my test. It was like this boy really just found out via pictures that his dad is cheating on his mama crying. It's just effed up situation. She should have just stayed. She should
Then
have
she
just stayed.
wouldn't play, and then she
I
wouldn't,
know.
and she was already having a tough time on the team as a freshman. They didn't want freshmen on the team. The upperclassman was giving her a hard time. Told her she only reason she on the team is because old girl got pregnant.
Which I don't even care that you told me that. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? But whatever. Sorry.
I'm like, I'm here now.
Yeah. Thanks for telling
I
me.
I get that, but when Q messed up was what he did afterwards.
He was foul. Well, okay, but would you, okay, if you was Sanaa, would you have stayed or would you had tried to, would you do exactly what Sanaa did? I think I would have just stayed and been like, dang, this is so stupid. I got to do this. It was not stupid. I just hate that it's hitting me and I don't know how I'm going to recover from this, but I'm going to just go ahead and just do it. But what would Nicole do?
I probably would have did what Sanat did because she was under a lot of pressure from her
She was.
team,
She was.
and Q definitely had it easier. Like
Oh,
he,
100%.
so I feel like because she had that pressure of her basketball, she was not the star player. Her
Mm-hmm.
teammates
Mm-hmm.
barely liked her. She felt like the coach was just on her all the time. And so if she's late, she probably thinking she's gonna get kicked off the team and kicked out of school. So she's like, I can see her being like, you not going nowhere. They love you on this team. Like
You're
I have
good.
to fight to. Let's hope I'm still here next semester. Okay.
Because I need this money. I'm not rich, rich like how your family's rich,
No, but
rich.
even that,
Okay?
it's like
I know.
you on a scholarship. Like
Yeah, you on a
you're not
scholarship.
going. You on TV. You on
Love you.
ESPN Sports talking about father son. Ain't nobody looking at
Exactly.
me on TV.
He's about to be drafted. He's in talks of being
Yes.
drafted.
So I feel like it was an unfair request. And
Proposal
then
request, yeah.
afterwards, when they were arguing and they was talking about it, and so now I was like, you make me have to choose between you and basketball, and that's not fair. And he was like, well, if it was me, like you I wouldn't have to choose. I'm like, now Q, if it was the other way
Stop.
around, you would have went to your dorm. Like
You would have. I'm not gonna lie. He would have.
we're not gonna act like he would have stayed and missed his curfew because I don't believe that at all.
Mm-mm. I don't either. And he would have been doing it in his suave kind of QA, like, all right, so I mean, you can call me if you want to, but I'm headed to
Yeah,
my
let's talk
room.
on the phone or this or see me after
Like,
my
and she would have been
like.
like, yeah, see you after my game.
So that's my issue. It's like because
Okay,
when she was
okay.
like, it was the other way around. He was like, I would have been there. You wouldn't have to ask. And I'm like, Q, you playing games right now. I don't believe that he would.
I do understand that. If it was the roles were reversed, I don't think he would have done it for her.
Yeah, and
I don't think
that's
so.
and then this dude, then he dating, starts
Teresa or Monica Calhoun,
dating,
whatever.
and then she go into his room talking about, oh yeah, we about to go to on it out to eat. She was just like, what?
Literally. Really.
How you start dating somebody and you still dating me and acting like it ain't nothing?
And then you greeted me as if things were cool. You ironing your shirt. I'm up here thinking like, where
Like,
are
oh
you even
hey, what's
going?
up? Oh yeah, I'm about to go out to eat with this chick over here. Like what?
I only took her to Wendy's. It don't matter. Girl, I couldn't. I was so that part right there, and the fact that he let it up all night because she was like, I got these many points on my game, and he was like, all right, you know. I'm like, wait, are you serious right now? And then I see Monica Calhoun walk in. No,
Which leads me to my after watching this movie again, I was thinking, do you think Q? was really in love with Monica.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
Tell me why you don't.
I felt well because of that right there. How you just gonna date somebody one like it's nothing? But going back to childhood, Monica always made the first move when they was at the dance. Yes, he was looking at her because he was like, "Oh my gosh, she got on the dress, okay? Like I see you in the dress." I think
Mhm.
he was like, "Wow," but she kissed him first. She led him to the bedroom first. We never saw how they like officially became a couple, like
Mm.
after like when they was in college.
Mhm.
But it seemed like Monica was always making the first move. She the only one who said that she loved him. I never heard Q say he loved her or wanted to be with her. I ain't hear it. And even when they was in college and they was fighting, and he was like, they was fighting about, oh, she who she loved more, she want more basketball than him. She was like, I'm a ball player. And he's like, so why you boning me? I'm like, an interesting choice of words because you could have said, why you with me? Why are we together? But why you boning me? Like, oh, so that's all we doing? So are we
Yeah.
together or no? Like, is this a relationship or not?
Fair points. Fair points. I'm hearing you.
So I'm like, I don't know about you.
Okay. I kind of feel like it took Q so many different times throughout their courtship and their whole experience and his life and all truth to really like understand the impact that Monica really had on him. I think he kind of felt good that Monica was always there. She was always
Yes,
next door. He was just
literally.
kind of literally. They can be friends. They could be more than friends. Then then it became more than friends. And then like they went to the same college. They go back to the same family home. He just always knew she was gonna be right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he kind of low key took her for granted in certain
Yes.
circumstances. And I do agree with you on that 1,000%. I think it took him like having another girl around as an adult, going through the fact that you got injured when you did the draft, going through later on in life for him to really be like, dang, like I really want this.
But even leading up to that, we see Q
Mm-hmm.
date other women. We never see Monica date any other man. Even when she was in Spain, and even
Yeah.
when she met up with Sidra again. And Sidra's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, so what's the Spanish guys like? And she's like, I don't know.
I don't
No
know.
say. And I'm like, dang, like you're not even
Interested?
dating and like you in a whole nother country. Q ain't here. Like you're not even thinking about dating nobody else. But we see
I
Q
think
damn near engaged
Tyra
to Tyra
Banks.
Banks. And it's like he's always moved on with his life. It's like he can easily just be like, okay, I'm gonna find me another chick. And it could be because I do feel like sometimes when it comes to marriage, men just want a partner, not necessarily that they are in love with them.
Mm.
Because I'm thinking about with him married to Tyra Banks, she was almost kind of like his mom in a way. Just kind of
Yeah.
like put I don't like the word prissy, but put together,
Oh, I'm gonna do this
cute.
for
She gonna like
you.
cater to him and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's what he wanted because that's what he saw his mom do, and Monica was like totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like he gonna find him a woman. Like,
It's not hard. And then he's popular. He's
yeah, but I'm
known.
saying like I don't see him. It's not like he was just stuck over Monica. But then I don't know if that's like his coping method. It's like, okay, well she's not here, so I'm gonna find me another chick.
That's what I was about to say. I wonder.
But Monica, on the other hand, we never see her date not one other dude,
Mm-mm.
not even a date.
Not even a date. I feel like Monica really like she lives in the world of basketball.
True.
And then it was that. But then I think when it comes to love, she didn't she has like a timidness when it comes with trying other things. And I think Quincy, for her, like a lot of girls, not just girls, I mean, it's people, it's men too, but I think for her, it's like he's so many things. Like it's so many things. And I just don't know if I want to walk out and be different and have to show myself and be like a whole new person. Or do I just throw myself in the basketball, keep my head down, and not really look around? And it's like I think she just kind of felt like, what do I do right now? Like Quincy is so safe, even though he's all around the world, he's so safe to her. And I think she just kind of felt like
He dating other people. He
he doing everything.
But even that part when they weren't talking, like when she was in Spain and he was like they were separate, not even talking, not even thinking about being with each other.
Nothing.
It's like you see him
Mm-mm.
move on. I was wondering like why don't we see Monica move on or at least have fun?
Try. I don't think she. I think her world. I don't know. I really see that she was just so invested in him, and I just don't think. I think she's scared to try. I think she realized that she's not like, well, she does turn into that, but I think she feels like she comes off as like my older sister is like a normal girl. She's gonna get dressed
Yeah,
up. She's gonna like meet a guy. I know it. Like my mom is already done. Like she has a family. She has a home. She has a husband. Even though it's not perfect, like it's decent. I am a girl that likes basketball. No guys really be hollering at me like that. I'm looking at Gabrielle Union getting hit on by other guys, and nobody gives me that attention. The only one that gives me that attention is Quincy. I don't want to step out and be like awkward, because I'm already awkward with my prom date. I'm sitting with my legs all unladylike, quote unquote. So it's just all these things, and I'm just like, I don't know if I put myself out there, if a boy's gonna like me back. So I'm gonna just not even have it. It's gonna be in my back, my rear view. And if Quincy come around, at least I know it's like, whew, I don't have to like do nothing because he know me. And I think if the movie changed, like I know the movie gonna still be the movie because it's a movie. But in real life, if that was like, hey, he does marry Tyra, or shoot,
yeah.
y'all ain't having no basketball game at night,
Like
you would have to
what was she
try.
gonna do? Because it seemed like if it wasn't Quincy, it wasn't nobody, and it's like, girl,
She's scared to try. Yeah, it's literally like I think she would be the kind of person where like she's not gonna like she's not gonna be on a dating site. No,
well,
it's
no,
gonna
but
be like
even I don't know. I wished we would have seen her at least. Just I'm not saying you have to be in a whole relationship, but
more than the Boris Kojo date.
yeah, and that was something. And she didn't even like him. That was just something her sister just kind of like set up for her, just so she can have a date. It's like, you know what? I want you to have a date to dance. I got this friend from my school. Just go with
He'll do
him,
it.
have fun, just have fun. And
That's what she wanted.
she couldn't have fun, and
She couldn't have fun.
she never had fun.
She never had fun until she was with Quincy. That's when she had the most fun.
But
The
even
little
after him, it's like I just hate she was just so stuck on him the whole movie.
stuck, stuck.
Okay, now was Monica unreasonable when she told Q she loves him 2 weeks before his wedding?
That was really effed up.
It was.
That is why are you telling me this? Why would you drop a bomb like that before my mother crapping wedding? Don't do
And he didn't
that.
even invite her. Okay, should he have invited her?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think it would have been
He,
awkward?
I mean,
Why?
y'all experience a college relationship, all that. I get that. But at the end of the day, the core of it, you grew up with this girl. You go invite her mama, probably the daddy, maybe and invite Lena. Because if you don't invite them, then your mama gonna be like, you gotta invite Miss So and so. So you might as well just invite Monica. That don't mean y'all gonna have this different world Whitley and Dwayne experience. Just off the sheer fact that, life is life and things have changed. If you really did go off and really marry Tyra, off the strength of the respect of y'all friendship, relationship, whatever, just invite. She don't have to come, but you gotta invite them.
Because Tyra
He
knew
was
who she was. Because when she said, Mike, he said, "Oh yeah, your
exactly.
friend from childhood, or next door neighbor." So I was like, why didn't he invite her? Because when he was talking, he was like, "Oh, I mean, I don't know what happened to the invitation." She was like, "Whatever, it's okay." But I'm
Right.
like,
And I thought it was trashy. But that's on cue acting all weird about it. Like just
yeah,
invite her or just simply say like, "Hey, I ain't know what's going on after the breakup. It was weird. We didn't talk, so I ain't want to extend nothing." Because that's probably what he really should have said.
yeah,
Just say that it was weird. I'm not going to invite you to something where we don't talk no more. You going to Spain? I don't hear nothing about you. I'm not going to invite you to my wedding. That would be awkward. Just say that.
yeah.
I don't know what happened to the invitation. Whack attack. But anyway,
So back to
yeah,
Monica. Was she foul for telling him that she
yes.
loves him 2 weeks before the wedding?
Don't say that. I mean, you may feel like that. It's kind of obvious that y'all clearly have something there. That just because you love someone doesn't mean that you have to like be
She
with
shouldn't have
someone.
said. But okay,
You
but
shouldn't have
you
said
just said
it.
it.
Say
So
it like
what does
that.
a girl do in that situation? The love of your life is marrying someone else. You ain't
Gotta
never
let it
dated
be.
nobody else.
I
So what
know.
you just let it go. You just gotta let it go and be like, okay, well, and
Gotta be.
hope they get a divorce or hope they
N-
break up.
No, I don't hope for it. I don't hope for it. I can only be I can only be when okay, let me try to make it make sense. This is where y'all are. This is where y'all are. This man is engaged and he's about to have a wedding in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay? For right now, what are the roles? This is your friend. Y'all had a relationship. Y'all have a deep love for each other, but this man is about to be married in 2 weeks. You too, Sana, are that's your friend. You had a relationship with him. You are not about to be married in 2 weeks right now. So what can you do? The role is y'all can be friends. That's it.
But that's gonna be
Respectful friends.
hard. How you gonna be friends if you deep down you like him? You can't be going over
Then
to their house and you
if she
really
can't
like
put it in
him.
a box, no, you're right. If she can't like wrap that up and be like, "Hey, that's what it was," and I do feel like, I mean, I never like stop. I never, I still have a love for him that I just can't explain. But at the end of the day, you have to like pack that up because look what's in front of you. This man is engaged. This man is about to be married. So if you can't go over to the house, then don't go over to the house. But
Mm,
if you can be invited to Christmas parties and be cool with Quincy and be cool with Tyra, then you should do that. But if you know that you can't, then you shouldn't do that. It's you how, how you gonna be? Are you like acting like flirty? Then you shouldn't do that.
yeah, no, you
Can
can't
you
do
be
that.
you can't do that. Can you be friends with Quincy? Like for real, can you not reduce down, but can you assimilate the friendship that y'all not assimilate, but go back to how y'all were
When they
true
were
blue? I know
kids.
it's never was true blue because y'all still had a like, but can you at least be respectful and respect where he is now with Tyra? If you can be that person and he can respect you, then y'all can be cool. But if it's gonna be funny acting, then you can't. She shouldn't have told him that.
I think
That throws the heart all around.
if it was me, I probably would just have to let
Yeah,
it
well,
go. And I just couldn't talk to you. I would have to like just cut you off. I'm
understood.
not finna act like I'm like,
Everything's
oh, I'm so
fine.
happy that you're married. Like, no, because I'm not. So I'm just gonna let
Okay.
you and your wife, y'all just go over there and I'll just be by myself until I find somebody.
See, but that's the thing. You be okay even after you find somebody because that person's still that
Probably
person.
not. Maybe not.
hmm And it's all depending because you probably may see him, you showing up at your family house in December on Thanksgiving, and in that Thanksgiving, Tyra come over with Omar, so you gonna kind of maybe see the cars like, oh, that's a new car, that's probably their car. You may, who's to say that
Hmm.
the mom still don't be cool enough? Like, I brought you, I just want to say Thanksgiving real quick, or say hi to your mom real quick, or I say hi to your sister real quick. It's Monica Quincy, yeah, Monica over there. It may be something like that, like, oh, okay, what's up? And you just gonna be like, oh my God, like our lives are still intertwined, not every day, but it's still like those one off moments. But I'm understanding, like, if you really feel like you can't take it, then you can't take it. But if you feel like, I'm dressing up, not dressing up, I don't want to say dressing up, but I am, this is my role. If you
It's
cool with that,
it's
then
gonna
that's
be one
that.
of them situations where they gonna be married for however many years, and like 30 years later, they, it's like
They're 55. They're like, oh my God, I
they
saw
gonna
him
get
at
back.
the grocery
No,
store.
they gonna get back together. You ever heard when was it Tina Knowles' husband? What's his name? Matthew Lawson. He said he met Tina when she was pregnant with Beyonce. That's when he met her
Wait,
the first
wait.
time.
Richard, ouch, my
Richard
boobs.
Lawson.
Richard Lawson.
He said the
Yeah, he's so
first
handsome.
time he met Tina, she was pregnant with Beyonce, and obviously she was married. He was probably
I didn't know that
married.
story. So they were friends like back in the 80s.
He says the first time they met, yeah, like they knew each other. They knew each other.
Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that. So she was preggo, and he was like,
I
"What can
mean, she was married and he was married, and so it's like, well, I guess. And
life
then
will life."
35 years later,
35 years later, insane. And then they saw. I'm about to read a story when we get done. I'm gonna read a story. Cause so they must clearly they seen each other. Clearly they got married. Like, cause she got married in her 60s. Cause ain't Tina Lawson like 60,
she
70
in
or
her
something?
60s, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I mean, there was no funny, but it was just like, okay, they met. They knew each other. Okay, like they just keep it pushing. Like I'm
Right.
married. This my family. You over there. I'm not thinking
With your
about you.
family.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking
Yeah.
about you like that. But but
Mm-mm.
they circled back around, which I was like, wow. And
See.
I hear other stories like that too, where people, it's like your childhood love. Okay, y'all can't be together, so you do what you got to do, and
Yeah.
then 50 years later, y'all circle. Sometimes, I mean, listen,
I believe in it.
life is interesting. Who knows? I think every relationship is purposeful. Every
Yeah, I do
situation
too.
has a purpose.
Yeah.
It is a time and place for everything, including relationships, and maybe that's just not the
Yeah.
time or the place, and you have to wait until it is the time or the place.
People circle back. People circle back. Like
Hmm.
there's literally nothing that you can do. The stuff just pops up.
Yeah,
And be like, oh my God, like I had no idea. That could be the case. It could be love and basketball too.
I know. Okay, so Monica tells Q she loves him, that she loved him since she was 11 years old, and they play this game.
For their heart. For the
They
heart or
play a
whatever she
game. She's
said.
like, "Let's play." And he's like, "What we playing for?" He's like, "Let's play for your heart. Playing for,
Well, you had to
play for the
mimic
heart."
exactly what you said, Nicole. I'm playing for your heart.
He seems like annoyed. He plays anyway,
He's
and
annoyed.
he beats
Very
her.
annoyed.
He beats her,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so then Monica's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I tried." Then he comes back and it's like double or nothing. And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, you do love me. Why can't you put this girl through this stress?" Because I'm like, if you knew, okay, it's one thing to be like, "Okay, Q, I love you," and he could have been like, either you love her or you don't. Either you're
Right.
like, "Okay, like, I'm getting married. Like, I can't.
Do
Like,
nothing with
I'm
this.
not. I haven't seen you in I don't know how many years."
Exactly. Exactly. I, you know what? That was I don't know why. Like, of course, I'm watching the movie, but like when you saying this, Nicole, it's like, dang, that was so manipulative.
Exactly.
Double or nothing
Put her through all that stress. Got her
in the middle of the night.
won the game. He wasn't even trying to like let her win or nothing. He was like, "I'm gonna just play these, get these
He
hoops."
played her
Listen,
hard.
yes,
Okay, nudging her, doing all the boy stuff. I was like, dang.
he ain't have to do that.
Mm-mm.
He ain't have to do none of that.
But he did though,
Put her through all that mess just so they can get married.
just so y'all could get married at the end of the day. Really, Quince?
So, our
Yes.
Quincy and Monica relationship goals.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like do
Yes
my
or
nose
no?
stuff. Um, it's not to okay, it's not really relationship goals, but you know what? It's relationship stuff. You know, it's like their story is probably the stories of millions of other people, just not in that
Oh yeah.
particular way. It's a good thing to know like they really like are connected. And like you could kind of I do like to see those couples or hear about those couples that it's like you said, the Richard Lawson, Tina Knoll stuff. Cause like how y'all came back. Like that's a
Mhm.
real that's something made y'all come back. I hope that they're like, that's there's gonna be their last relationship. And I think for Monica and Quincy, it was like, y'all was meant, you know, y'all was meant. So I do like that. I like the connecting Vine and their story, but goals, I don't want to do the whole up, up, up. But at the same time, relationships and love is like that. You do this whole little, it's not always like, do do do. It's gonna be like weird. So
I
maybe they
will
are goals for
say,
somebody.
in Q's defense, I do like how he did care about Monica. I did say he never said he loved her, and I don't know. He
I
never
think
said
he
he wanted to
definitely
be with
cared
her,
about her.
but he cared about
Yeah.
her in a way when she quit basketball and she was working at her daddy's bank, and he seen her walk, and he's just like, "Yo, like, what are you doing?" And she was like,
What are you
"What you mean?"
doing?
He was
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing? Like, this ain't you. Like, stop it. Like,
True.
it's not you." So I do like. So I will say I do appreciate that he was that aware to understand. Like, girl, I've known you since we was kids. Like, you ain't about this life. Like,
Mm-mm.
you are an athlete. If anything, you be teaching basketball before you working at a bank.
Right, right,
And
right.
so I do like that he was kind of like he had that conversation about like we not Monica,
Not
get back to the real Monica. Like I know you. No, it's like that. Like when someone sees you, it's like I know you. Like and
it's a good
you
feeling.
like this. You're out of character, even though
Right.
she wasn't doing nothing bad or dangerous.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Mm-hmm.
even better when you're not, because it's easy to call someone out of character if like they're drunk or and doing drugs or just acting crazy or
Deviant. Mm-hmm.
deviant. But when someone is actually acting respectable, quote unquote, in a way, and for
Mm-hmm.
someone to see you and be like, nah, you out of pocket.
Like, you do not like working in a bank.
No, but I love that because it means that he saw her and he knows her and he
Yep.
knows this is not what she wants to do with her life. It's like I think that's the if anything is goals, that's it for someone to see who you really are, and they're not going to
Yep.
allow you to go down a career like you don't want to work at no bank. Stop it. You are
Mm-mm.
like this is not what you want to do with your life. I don't care if it's safe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I do like that about him.
Me too. And he feels that he has the ability to be, or he don't even care. Like he's just very open about it. He didn't like sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
And I like that too, Nicole.
So do they live happily ever after?
I like to think that they did. I hate it. I hated every gosh, I hated Sanaa's ponytail in the last scene. I hated it. I'm like, why they did
Oh, the
they
weed ponytail.
why they took a big fat ponytail, stuck it on her head with bobby pins, then curled the ends. It was the thickest
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I hated it. And when she was doing the whole little mute, the little hand thing with the team, and it was just wiggling and shaking. I hated Sanaa's freaking ponytail. I know it's small time, but I hated it. But do they live happily ever after? I think so. I think so because they went through some stuff. They are friends. I think that they're happy that she's happy in her role of being a basketball girl.
Yeah,
I think whatever he's doing, he's going to find his peace. They have children. I think they're like, this is a whole new
life for
space for
them.
them.
And Q
The
was
whole new
always
life for them.
supportive because yes, he was front row with the baby. But then even when it was in high school, when
He was supportive. He went to
when
her
she was
game.
no, but he knew again. Like, see, I'm trying to understand Q. I wonder what his love language is or how he. how he expresses his love because he sees her. Because when she was with on her date at her dance, and afterwards she was talking about, oh, I had to like, he was trying to like, get up on me, and I had to like push him off, and I don't even know how many times, like how many rebounds or whatever I had to do that playing basketball, and he knew the
He
number. He was like, it was this many. And
did.
so was like,
He
what? He was like,
did.
yeah, you had. So like it's not that he didn't just go for games, but he knew her stats.
He kept up with her. He opened up her college letter because she was nervous. It was those little things to see if she got accepted or not. I
Yeah.
forgot about that, Nicole. That's right.
So he sees
He's
her, and I think that's the
supportive. He
most
sees her.
important. Even though he was foul for like
Oh,
going on that
so
date
many things. He was.
and making her choose between basketball and him, knowing good and well he would not have chosen her.
if the roles were reversed.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking about it because at first watching this again, I'm like, cute. Like, ugh. I was disappointed, but I'm like, okay.
He wasn't
Maybe. No,
horrible.
he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't horrible.
He wasn't
Yeah.
horrible. It's like he just expressed his love in a different way. Monica is like, Q, I love you. I want to be with you. And Q, he's just
And
like,
it's like,
I see you. He's like, I
I
see
see you.
you,
I'm not gonna say it, but I see
but I
you. I'm
see
gonna
you.
say it sometimes. Right. I see you.
Which I think is, we all want to be seen.
Absolutely. And I think it also gave her good feeling because, she may feel like her dad and Lena kind of just had to be there. They were supportive of her. But just the
Yeah,
fact that you had, you know, someone outside of the view of the family unit, like really did, and it was him of all people that he was like really like,
yeah.
I go to your games. I'm not just here for your games. Like I'm watching you.
I'm paying attention.
I'm paying attention. That matters.
That does.
That
That's
matters.
important more than anything.
It is. It's a sweet thing and it just shows a lot. So I think even him being in the last scene, him in the stands with the kids is like, I'm supportive, I'm here. He clearly, I guess, can't play basketball anymore due to his injury. So I
Yeah.
think he's like, in spite of all of that, I'm supporting your thing with the kids, with. So that shows a lot of growth. And I like
Shout
it.
out to Q.
Shout out to Q. Shout out to Monica's ponytail.
Any last thoughts?
It, it was just a really good movie. I have to say that people at the Blockbuster, they was making it seem like it was an Oscar movie, which I think it could have been,
Yeah, I liked
but it was
it.
good. It was definitely good.
It's a good movie. It's not. I know there's a lot of people talking about it now. The black people like, was this really good, or do they like it or not?
They trying to critique it down?
Some
Dang, it
people,
was a good movie.
sometimes when you revisit, like a classic, quote unquote, it's like you kind of think, is this really a classic? Because I feel
Oh,
like
true, true, true.
I think this one is, but I do feel that way about what's that movie with Jada Pinkett and Alan Payne? Jason's Lyric.
Jason's lyric. I
I'd
I
be
don't even
like,
know none. I've probably watched it twice. I just am not a. I can't never get in no Jason's lyric.
nah, like I'm
It just
not
didn't do it
really.
for me.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
because there are there are some movies where if you go back, you're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, same. Like,
But Love and
okay, I
Basketball,
could take it.
I feel like it still holds up.
It still holds up. I like it.
It's cute.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with another film and more opinions. Leave a review and tell us what you'd like for us to watch. And let's keep the convo going on Instagram. You can find us at Curry Gumbo. Be well. Happy watching. Love y'all. Bye.